Hello, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. Hope you're having a good day, and it was a good. Hello, Justified Janice. Hello, Tiger. Hello, Abla. Hello, StreamYard. Oh, that's not StreamYard. All right. Hope you guys had a good day and was. Hello, Green Tea. Shalom. God bless you. I haven't had green tea in a long time. I heard it's really healthy for you, and I hope it's really good for diabetes too. Maybe I should start drinking it. So, all right. Well, you know what? I was going through Father Zechariah's book here, and my Father Zechariah's book. This book is falling apart. It's really heavy, and the glue isn't that great. Um, so it falls apart. But it is a treasure chest of Father Zechariah's research over the years. And so I was looking at a particular part of the book dealing with it's actually about the name of the chapter. This is in Arabic, but المسيح هو الله الظاهر في الجسد في المسيحية وفي الإسلام. That Jesus is God, or Christ, he is God in the flesh, manifested in the flesh, in Christianity and in Islam. I'm going to write that down just because I think it's important. This is the name of this chapter of Father Zechariah's book. It says, Christ is God manifest in the flesh in Christianity and in Islam. And of course, if we had any Muslims come on, they're going to tell us, no, that's not true, because they don't understand the Quran. They don't know what's written in it. Father Zechariah does, much better than most of them do. And so we're just going to look at some of these passages, that he has outlined. I think there is very interesting, very interesting. You know what? In fact, I think there's a way that I could do this. Make this other banner. Ticker. I'll go ahead and just do buy me a coffee. Let me see. There's the ticker, but then there is you know what? They have other things that you can do too, besides yeah. Okay, well, anyway, Christ is God manifest in the flesh in Christianity and in Islam. I wonder if I should just go ahead and do the banner with this. Okay. Christ is God manifest in the flesh in Christianity and Islam. Okay. Save. Okay. There you go. So we can. There you go. God bless you, Tiger. So there you have it. Christ is God manifest in the flesh in Christianity and Islam. That's the name of this chapter, and it's Father Zechariah's book. So I'm just going to look at First of all, he talks a little bit about the appearance of Jesus in the Bible as God in the flesh. Okay, uh, Colossians 1:10. He is the image of the invisible God. It says in Hebrew 1:3, he is the effulgence of his glory, of the Father's glory. Uh, Christ was a human being, a perfect human being without sin, and God appeared in him. هذا ما عبر عنه الكتاب المقدس بقوله بالأجمع عظيم هو السر. Great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifest in the flesh. God was manifest in the flesh. And so these are some of the passages in the Bible about the deity of Jesus Christ, that Jesus was God manifest in the flesh. Okay. Hello, Sam. God bless you. Yes. I'm not sure which Sam this is. You are welcome, Sam. I know several Sams. I'm not sure which one this is. Either way, you're welcome. Okay, let's look at let's look at some passages in the Quran and in the Hadith about God being manifest in the flesh. Apparently there are several passages in the Quran and in the Hadith about God. I used to be, okay, Peter 2 Apologetics. God bless you, my brother. It's great to have you on. Well, Houston, I think the issue is that, the Islamic books are originally Christian books that Muhammad took and perverted and altered. And so they still have a residue of the original Christian message in them. So let's look at a couple passages, okay? اعتراض المسلم على العقيدة المسيحية بخصوص طبيعة المسيح. Okay, these are some objections of Muslims to the Christian doctrine of Christ. Okay, but there are many things in the Quran that show that God does actually manifest in his creation. And one of the ones that we have talked about before, okay, is the one about the appearance um, of Allah to Moses in the burning bush. Okay, so this is, let me see, I want to make sure. Now we do have this situation in the book of course, in Exodus, where God appears to Moses in the burning bush and says, I am the Lord your God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, but there's also the same situation in the Quran. Let me see if هذا العقيدة فماذا قال القرآن بهذا الخصوص كذلك كبار علماء الفقهاء المسلمين. Okay. الأحاديث النبوية لرؤية الله في سورة جسمية. Okay, these are some questions that Father Zechariah is asking. Oh, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. I'm actually looking for the verse. I haven't memorized it, so I appreciate you pointing it out here. Quran.com 28:30. Okay, فلما. Okay, thank you. Let's look at this. It's Surah Al-Qasas, which means the stories in Arabic. In نودي من شط الوادي الأيمن في البقعة المباركة في البقعة المباركة. Okay, so when Moses came to the blessed valley, من شجرة إن يا موسى إني أنا الله رب العالمين. So interesting. Again, yesterday we talked about the fact that Allah spoke to Abraham. Allah spoke to Abraham in the Quran. He said, we said to Abraham. And here we see Allah talks to Moses. It says, Allah says, Ya Musa, O Moses, Inni ana Allah Rabb al-Alameen. I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Okay, Lord of all the worlds. So here Allah is in the tree. From the tree, Allah spoke. Okay, from this burning bush, Allah spoke, saying that He is, okay, there came to the fire, a voice was heard from the right bank of the valley, from a tree in the hallowed ground, saying, verily, I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds, Yusuf Ali. So there, you see, Allah appeared. And you know what's really important about this? I can show you now this is, okay, this is one of the most respected Islamic scholars. I've talked about him many times before. His name is Sha'rawi. Okay. Sha'rawi is one of the most respected Arabic preachers in the Muslim world. He was a very, very famous, he was kind of the way Billy Graham was. The way Billy Graham was to Christians, Sha'rawi is to Muslims. Maybe you could even say like the way is a pastor who has a lot of influence, maybe John MacArthur, maybe John Piper, maybe other very famous preachers that are respected by millions of people. And so Sha'rawi is like that, but he's much more than that too. He's to this day, his programs are constantly watched on Arabic TV. And here is the it has the English translation in it. So
فسوف تراني فلما تجلى ربه للجبل جعله دكا.
Okay, when Allah appeared. Now this is there's two appearances of Allah to Moses. Once when he appeared to the mountain. Okay, he was appeared in the mountain. But then there's when he appeared in the tree. So there's actually two appearances of Allah to Moses, once to a tree, once to a mountain. And I guess Muhammad was referring, of course, to the burning bush situation and maybe to the Mount Sinai situation. Okay, and it says he leveled it. When Allah came to it, he leveled the mountain.
احنا عايزين نشوف بقى فلما تجلى ربه للجبل.
He's saying, okay, now we want to understand when it says that Allah appeared on the mountain.
الله تجلى على خلق من خلقه ولا ما تجلاش؟
Now, this is very important. It's very important what he's asking here, because it goes against what Muslims teach. But based on what the Quran says, Sheikh Sha'rawi is asking Does Allah appear or manifest in some of his creations? Everybody's saying yes.
يبقى ثبت أن الله يتجلى على خلقه.
He's saying, so it's clear that Allah does appear in his creation. Surprise to Ali Dawa.
ولكن المتجلى عليه أيقدر على هذا التجلي أو لا يقدر؟
He says, but can the thing that he appears through, that he manifests himself through, can it handle Allah's manifestation through it?
فإن أقدره الله.
He says, if Allah enables it to be able to manifest his glory, it will be able to.
الجبل اللي هو الأصلب لما تجلى له ربه إيه؟ اندك.
Okay, so he's saying about the mountain, which is a creation. He says, when Allah appeared to the mountain, it was leveled.
إذن من الممكن أن يتجلى الله على بعض خلقه.
So it's clear that Allah can appear on some of his creation.
ولكن المهم المستقبل للتجلي يقوى أو لا.
But the important thing is that creature, that creation, capable of Allah manifesting himself through it or not? He's saying that's the important thing. And you know what's important, you guys, about this is that he's saying, because in the Quran, he manifested himself in a mountain and in the burning bush, a tree and a rock, a mountain. The mountain is essentially rock, and the tree is a plant. So Allah was able to manifest himself through a rock, inanimate object, able to manifest himself through a plant, you know, the tree. So why could he not manifest himself through the highest of his creation, which is a human? You know, so you kind of got those three levels there. You got the rock, which is the mountain. You got the plant, which is the burning bush. I mean, humans are higher than both of those. So if Allah could manifest himself through that, why can't he manifest himself through a man, Jesus? Okay. So this is Sheikh Sha'rawi saying it, you guys. So that adds to the Muslim, that adds a lot of weight. Okay. Yes. All right. He shouldn't. You're right. But every now and then they stumble onto something. And I know Father Zechariah uses this video a lot on his program. Whenever this subject comes up, and it comes up quite a bit, about is it possible for God to manifest himself through a man? Well, Sheikh Sha'rawi says he can manifest through a rock. He manifests himself through a plant. Why not a human being? A human being is higher. So, yeah. All right. Okay. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and look at some of the passages that that Father Zechariah mentions here. Okay. In excuse me a second, you guys. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and look at some of this. One of the passages is in Surah Al-Qiyamah, Ru'ya Allah, wa Surah Jismiyan Mummakata Yom Qiyamah. Surah Qiyamah. You know what? I don't know if there is such a thing, but let me look. Fatiha. Surah Qiyamah. I didn't know that there was such a surah in the Quran. Fatiha. Okay, Yunus. I've never heard of Surah Qiyamah, but Sajida, Al-Ahzab, Al-Fatir, Sabah. I'm looking for it, you guys. I don't think. Oh, there is 22 and 23. Well, surprise, surprise. To quote Gomer Pyle, 22 and 23. '21, 22. Oh, okay. It says, on that day, some faces will be bright. Okay. And look what it says. Ila rabbihum nadira. Looking at their Lord. So they're going to be looking at their Lord. Okay. So here it says in the Quran, Wujuh yawma'idhin nadira. On that day, some faces will be bright, looking at their Lord. So they're actually going to be looking at their Lord. Ila rabbihum nadira. To their Lord looking. Okay, so there's actually, here saying that they're going to actually see Allah. They're going to see Allah. And this is what Ahmed bin Hanbal says about this. Called فَيِكْشِفْ لَهُمْ الْحِجَابِ فَيُنْظِرُونَ إِلَيْهِ. It says that what Ahmed bin Hanbal says about this verse, it says that Allah is going to tear apart the veil, and they will be able to see Him. So so they tear apart the veil, and they are actually going to be able to see Allah. Yes, it is Surah 75. Sorry, I didn't tell you guys that. I would look, because here, when he uses the Arabic, he doesn't use the number. He uses the actual name of the surah. And this is called Surah Al-Qiyamah. The reason that's interesting is that actually means resurrection. And okay, so he's saying, Ahmad bin Hanbal says on that day, Allah is going to remove the veil, and they're actually going to be able to see Allah. فوالله ما أعطاهم الله شيء أحب إليهم من النظر. They're saying Allah did not give him anything more wonderful than the fact that they're going to actually be able to see Him. Then At-Tabari says, حدثنا أبي بن كعب إنه سأل الرسول عن قول تعالى للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة قال الحسنة الجنة وزيادة النظر إلى وجه Allah. He says that when people are exceptionally good, this is from a Tabari, like the most respected historian in Islam, says that they're going to have more, they will see Allah more than other people because of their good deeds here. Okay, and then it's also Tafsir Ibn Kathir. Okay, this is what Ibn Kathir says about it. عن جابر بن حدثنا إن الله يتجلى للمؤمنين يضحك. Okay, he says that Allah is going to manifest, يتجلى, appear to people laughing, to the believers laughing. He's going to appear to the believers laughing. And in the book Sahih Muslim, باب رؤية المؤمنين في الآخر ربهم سبحان. Okay, it says that one of the things that's going to happen for the believers is they're going to actually be able to see Allah. So, according to all of these verses of the Quran here, you guys, this is 75, 22, and 23. They're going to see Allah. So, and what this is leading us to is that God can manifest himself as he did through Christ. Okay. Then there's another verse, and it's Surat al-Fajr. Surat al-Fajr. So let's go back and look for that. Okay. Al-Fajr. Fajr, you guys, is like the dawn. You know, if you know the different prayers that Muslims pray, one is called Salat al-Fajr, the prayer of the Fajr. Fajr means the dawn. Okay, so there's a surah called Surah al-Fajr, and so that's what we're looking for. Yeah, because this book is in Arabic, you guys, that's why I'm taking a little bit more time. If it was in English, it might be a little bit easier for me. My English is much better than my Arabic, but it's kind of okay. Here's Fajr, the dawn. Okay, and it's verse 22. Okay, let's look here. This is from Father Zechariah's book again. Okay. 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. And your Lord وجاء ربك وملك صفة صفة. القرآن يتكلم عن الله إنه يتحرك ويمشي كالبشر. Okay, so this verse right here shows that Allah what this really means is that he walks, that Allah walks little by little. Okay, it says in Tafsir al-Tabari, قال أبو هريرة بينما نحن وقوف سمعنا حصا من السماء شديدة فهلنا فنزل أهل السماء إلى الدنيا. So the people of heaven came down to earth. وأخذوا مصافهم وقلنا لهم فيكم ربنا قالوا لا وهو آتي. And it says, is the Lord with you? He says, no, he's coming. ثم ينزل أهل السماء الثاني. Then the people of heaven come down again. وأخذوا مصافهم. They took their positions. وقلنا لهم فيكم ربنا قالوا لا وهو آتي. Okay, the same thing happened again. Everybody came down and they asked, is the Lord with you? They said, no, but he's coming. على قدر ذلك من الضعف. Okay. وهو آتي. And then the third time they say he's coming. ثم نزل أهل السماوات على قدر ذلك من الضعف حتى نزل الجبار في ظلل من الغمام. And so he's saying, and so the Lord came down in the shadow like of the clouds. And so this indicates that Allah walks little by little. So Allah walks. Okay. And then we have Surat al-Baqarah. Okay, now we all know where that is. Okay, Surat al-Baqarah, chapter 2 of the Quran. Okay, and we're looking at verse 210. Okay, I think we could just go there because that's a long way down. Way down we go. هل ينظرون إلى أن يأتيهم الله في ظل من الغمام والملائكة وقضى الأمر وإلى الله ترجع الأمور. Okay, so this is saying actually, let's see what Pickthall says, because Pickthall's wait they for naught else than that Allah should come unto them in the shadow of the clouds with the angels. Then the case would be already judged. All go back to Allah. So here it's saying that they are waiting to see Allah in the shadows of the clouds. Okay. So, this here is saying that Allah is manifesting in the shadow of the clouds, as if the clouds are hiding him. And okay, let's look at what في تفسير Ibn Kathir says about this verse. هل ينظرون إلى أن يأتيهم الله في ظلل من الغمام. الآية قال يهبط حين يهبط وبينه وبين خلقه 70,000 حجاب منها الطور والظلمة النور والظلمة والماء فيصوت الماء في تلك الظلمة صوتا تنخلع له القلوب. Okay, it's saying that there's like 70,000 veils between Allah and people. Okay, among them there is water, there is clouds. قال وحدثنا الوليد قال سألت زهير عن قول الله هل ينظرون. It's asking, are the people going to see Allah when he comes? من الغمام قال ظلل من الغمام منظور من الياقوت مكلل. Okay, he will be seen in the shadow of the clouds. الزبرجد بالجواهر. Okay, wearing a crown. Oh no, did you guys not hear? Oh, sorry about that, you guys. Okay, let me just go back and tell you. I don't know how much you missed, but this is some of the hadiths talking about the verse in Surah Al-Baqarah. I got a phone. Oh, Lewis. Sorry about that, you guys. I don't know why it does that. Oh, no audio. Okay. You guys can hear me now? You guys can hear me now? About 2 minutes. Okay. I could easily summarize for you what was said here. This is Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 210, and it's talking about Allah coming in the clouds. Let me just show you the verse again. Okay, Surah Al-Baqarah 210. It says, let's see, Halali Khan. Okay, wait they for naught else. Do they wait for anything other than that Allah should come to them in the shadow of the clouds and the angels? Then the case would be already judged. Allah. Okay, so essentially, it's saying that Allah is coming in the shadow of the clouds with the angels, and what some of these scholars, including Ibn Kathir and the Qudsi hadith. You know, the Qudsi hadith is, Qudsi means like holy. There's only like a few hundred of these hadiths, the Qudsi hadith. And these hadiths are kind of like between Quran and hadith in terms of their holiness to Sunni Muslims. These are higher than even the Sahih hadiths. These are higher than Sahih hadiths. These are Qudsi hadith. And there's only a few of these. But in the Qudsi hadith, one thing that it says is that Allah is going to come down to his slaves to be among them. To come down to his slaves to be among them. You know, stolen from John 1:14, you know, that, you know, and the word became flesh and dwelt among us. You know, just, you know, it's like, I know Muslims say this isn't going to happen. Well, this is a Qudsi hadith, first of all. It's a Qudsi hadith. And that's so important to know that is such an exalted hadith. It's the highest hadith, is the Qudsi hadith that's saying this, okay? And then you had also Ibn Kathir saying this. So this is, you know, that they're going to see, okay, هل ينظروا إلى إن يأتيهم الله في ظلل قال ظلل من الغمام منظوم من الياقوت. Okay, and then this, I'm not sure who this is, this other person. Okay, this is actually the Ibn Kathir, tafsir of this verse about Allah coming in the shadow of the clouds with the angels. He's saying that he's going to appear with the crown, and the crown has jewels and like pearls and stuff on it. Okay, and so again, it's saying essentially that God can manifest. And you see, this is the principles. You see, the reason this is important is to show that even according to the Quran, Allah is going to manifest. God can manifest himself to his creation, through his creation. Okay, and okay. All right, now there's another surah. It's Surah Al-Qalam, 42. Let's look at that. Surah Al-Qalam. Qalam means, just if you want to learn some Arabic, you guys, I'll teach you an Arabic word. Qalam. 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 Qalam comes from down here. Qalam. Qalam means pen. Qalam means pen. Hello, KL. If we have any Muslims here, you're welcome to come up and challenge me. Jami' al-Tirmidhi. Yes, there are. You know, this is the Islamic confusion. Okay, let's look at this. Surah Al-Qalam. Usually when they have the word in Arabic, they write it with a Q to kind of give it this exotic feeling, like qalam with a Q instead of with a K. K is less mysterious. Q, look at all these Qs. Kaf, all these. Okay, Nijum, Okay, حشر. Oh, Kalam. Here's Kalam. Okay, Surah Al-Kalam, 42. Excuse me, 42. Okay, let's look at 42. Here's 42. Okay. Yom Yikshif an. Okay, this is going to be the holy Shin. Okay. يوم يكشف عن ساق ويدعون إلى السجود فلا يستطيعون. It says on the day that the shin of Allah will be bared, and the wicked will be asked to prostrate, but they will not be able to. Okay, sak means, okay, like the shin. It could also mean leg, okay, but it's very specific here that it is a shin. Yikshif will be uncovered. Now, this is very strange. Um, I don't understand exactly I'm wondering. It's so strange that it makes me wonder if there is something Jewish, in the Jewish writings, the apocryphal writings or the rabbinic writings about something like this. This is a very strange thing that Allah is going to all of a sudden show his shin. Okay, and okay, Surah Al-Qalam. Okay, let's see. تفسير ذلك من مسند الإمام أحمد. Okay, Ahmad bin Hanbal says about it. عن أبي هريرة قال هل نرى الرب يوم القيامة? Okay, so somebody asked Muhammad, are we going to see the Lord on the day of resurrection? And he said, Muhammad said, هل تدارون في الشمس ليس دونها سحاب? He says, can you look at the sun without there being clouds around it? قالوا لا. He says, هل يدارون في القمر ليلة الصدر وليس دونه سحاب? Can you look at the moon when it's full without the clouds? فقالوا لا. He said, no, O Prophet. فإنكم ترونه يوم القيامة كذلك. So you're going to see him on the day of resurrection like that. يجمع الله الناس فيقول من كان يعبد شيئا فيتبعه. Okay, so on that day, and then Allah is going to say, whoever used to follow something, let him follow it. من كان يعبد, if he was worshiping the moon, and who used to worship the sun, let him follow it. And those who were worshiping the Tawagib, let them follow the Tawagib. Let me see what the Tawagib is. That's a strange word for me. I don't know exactly what that is. Tawagib. Okay, Google. Okay, Google Translate. I'm doing this because I also want to know what Tawagib means. I don't know what it means. اللي كان يتبع الطواغيت. Tyrants. Tawaghib is tyrants. Whoever used to follow tyrants, let me follow them. Tawaghib. Okay. يتبع وهذا and this nation فيها منافقون has hypocrites. كيات فياتهم. So Allah will come to them في غير surah, in another picture. He's going to come in another picture that you know, and he will say, I am your Lord. He's going to come in a picture other than the one you know. So the question I have is, who knows what the other, who knows what the Lord looks like? It's saying here that you're going to see him in a way other than the way you know him. فَيَقُولُونَ نَعُودُ, and they will say, we want to return to Allah, هذا مكاننا, this is our place, until our Lord comes to us. فإذا جاء ربنا, we will know him. قال فيأتيهم الله في سورة التي يعرف. He will come in a picture that they know, and will say, I am your Lord. And they will say, you are our Lord. And they will worship him. So they're going to see him, based on this surah, when he's showing off his shin, they're going to see him. And he's going to come to them in a form that they know. He's going to come to them in a form that they know, according to this hadith. And this is, again, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. Remember, Hanbal is very important. The Sunnis have the 4 schools. There's Hanbali, Shafi'i, Maliki, Hanafi, Hanbali. Hanbal is one of the 4 schools. Okay. And then it also says in the book, Al-Rawda al-Nadiya, فكان من أنكر رؤية الله يوم القيامة فهو الزنديق. It says there are some people who think that they were not going to see Allah on day of resurrection, and they are the hypocrites. من كل هذا نرى شهادة القرآن على إمكانية. So all of this shows that the Quran attests to the possibility of seeing Allah. Okay, that's what Father Zechariah says here. Okay, and so all these passages I showed you guys, they show the possibility of seeing God. And so the point here that we're making is that according to the Quran, if you're going by the Quran, God can be manifest in the flesh. God can be visible. And what does it say about Jesus? He is the image of the invisible God. So, okay. Now let's look at some hadiths. Some hadiths that also, before I get into the, okay, let's see what somebody's saying here. Tawfiq, Tyrant. Okay, thank you very much. Before we go into the hadiths, we are going to go into the hadiths, but before we do, I just wanted to show you a video I made with a song I wrote about my wife, and it's on Facebook. So let me play this, kind of take a break and show you this video, and then we will return and see the hadiths that say Allah can be manifest. Okay. Okay, it's my beautiful wife. Okay. She smiles like she's happy to see me, and I don't know why. Like sunlight on the waves of the sea, is love, it sparkles in her eyes. Lord, what did I do right that you would let me call her mine? She smiles like she's happy to see me, and I don't know why. The light of a candle by night is shining, a woman who can't fear the Lord and answer his call. She laughs at the winter and speaks with wisdom, and many have done greatly, babe. You surpass them all. Still she smiles like she's happy to see me, and I don't know why. Like sunlight on the waves of the sea, his love, it sparkles in her eyes. Oops. All right. So, by the way, somebody asked about this, so I just want to show you the picture. Somebody did ask, and it's very important that you know this, that yes, my wife ordered IHOP pancakes for me this morning. So I did have pancakes. Want to see the picture evidence? Okay, this is the evidence of pancakes. See the pancakes? Sinner. Yes, so. All right, you guys. Father Zechariah, he's amazing. When he studies something, he goes, and he was the first one, you guys. He was the original apologist, Christian apologist exposing Islam. And he has a $60 million price on his head as proof of the effectiveness of what he did. When George Bush put $25 million on bin Laden, Al-Qaeda put a $60 million price on Father Zechariah. So, all right, let's look at some of the hadiths that show that Allah indeed can be manifest in the world. Okay, Shahadat al-Hadith al-Nabawiyya. Okay, there's a hadith. Okay, let's see if we can. Okay, Surah Shab. Okay, we all know about the. There is a hadith that talks about Allah appearing. Let's look at this hadith in Nabawiyya, the Ru'yat Allah fi Surat Jismiyya, that Allah appeared. Tishhad al hadith. Okay. Now this doesn't tell me where this hadith is, but okay. I will tell you though what it says. It says that Tarikh Baghdad, okay, the history of Baghdad, which is one of the sources of hadith, a very famous book. In the Arabic, it's a very famous book. I don't know if it's been translated into English, but it says, I saw my Lord in the image of a young man, and he's wearing a red suit. So Allah is saying, is it Tirmidhi 32:35? If you guys know, I'm not sure. It doesn't say here what the hadith number is. It has the actual hadith, but it doesn't say the actual location. So let me see. Hidla Hamra. Let me see if I'm able. Let me see. Hidla Hamra. Okay, see if I could okay. رأيت ربي في سورة شاب. رأيت ربي. Let me see. Maybe if I put that whole. Okay. في سورة شاب له حديث. رأيت ربي. Okay. Okay, so this is the hadith. All right. Surah Al-Shab. Okay, where does it say where this is? Okay. فهل حقا صحيح شيخ إسلام هذا الحديث؟ هل هو حديث صحيح؟ الجواب على هذا السؤال أقوال. هذا الحديث ورد من طريقين بالألفاظ مختلفة. من حديث قتادة عن Okay. Okay, somebody's asking, is this really a hadith? Is this real? And he's saying there's two ways to answer it. One is about the words. Okay. Ra'ayt Rabbi. Okay, now I am going to go to sunnah.com and I'm going to see if I can find, I want to go and actually see the source. I mean, this right here seems like a really good source. I wonder if this guy's going to say something about it. Okay. I bet there's going to be something in the hadith in YouTube about it as well. Let me see if I can find something on YouTube about this. Okay. Let's see what this guy has to say about this.
التوحيد كيف تتبعون شخصا منحرف في التوحيد؟ كيف تتبعون شخصا منحرف في التوحيد؟ تعالوا معي، المشاهد الكريم فليلتفت. هذا كتاب بيان تلبيس الجهمية، المجلد السابع، حققه الدكتور محمد.
Okay, there is some controversy about this. Let's see this guy.
نعم.
قول ابن تيمية أن الله يحب الأمر.
أن الله إيه؟ مش سامع بتقول إيه؟ مش فاهم.
أن الله شاب أمرض.
أن الله شاب أمرض؟ ما قال ابن تيمية هذا أبدا.
ادعاء الأشاعرة.
لا ما قال ابن تيمية هذا أبدا.
He's saying Ibn Taymiyyah did not say this at all.
أبدا.
Never he did.
لكن هناك في حديث ضعيف.
He's saying there is a weak hadith that says that
جدا فيه أن النبي رأى ربه في صورة شاب أمرض وهو حديث تالف لا يصح.
And he's saying this was a weak hadith. I'm not sure I believe this guy. This guy's very well known. I've seen him many times. Okay, see what this guy says.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياكم الله وبياكم وجعل حديث الشاب الأمرد. هو باختصار حديث يروى عن النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه قال: رأيت ربي في صورة شاب أمرد.
Okay, he's saying, I saw my Lord in the form of a young man. Okay. This guy, Amrad. Amrad means hairless. Ra'ayt Rabbi. Okay. So let's see. Let's hear what he's saying. Kind of curious what this guy's going to say.
أو رأيت ربي في صورة شاب، ولم يقل أمرد. هنا هذه الرؤيا أولا قالوا إنها رؤية منام.
Okay, so he's saying this is first of all just a dream. It was a vision in his sleep.
وليست رؤيا حقيقة.
And not a true vision. Give me a break.
هذا بناء على صحة الحديث.
This is based on the correctness or authenticity of the hadith.
هل قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم رأيت ربي على صورة شاب؟
Did Muhammad say, I saw my Lord in the form of a young man?
سواء كان أمرد أو كان موفق أو غير ذلك من الروايات، هو الحديث له طرق.
He says, whether he is bald or whatever, there's different ways to deal with hadith.
ومن حسنه مجموع طرقه وقال إن هذه رؤيا منام. والصحيح أن
people say that this was a vision in sleep.
الحديث باطل. لا
says this is batil. Batil is like false. Why is it in your books if it's false? Why is it in your books if it's false? In your books it says one time he's wearing a green suit. One time he's wearing a red suit. Why is it in your hadith if it's false? One guy was saying Ibn Taymiyyah even said it.
يثبت عن النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم، وبالتالي لا نثبت لله جل وعلا هذه الصفة، خاصة أن الحديث
He says these attributes cannot be attributed to Allah.
ورد على صورة منام.
And so he keeps going back to sleep. He was asleep and it is just asleep.
وهو أصلا لم يثبت عن النبي.
And it wasn't guaranteed or proven to be from the Prophet.
صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. وإنما نصف الله تبارك وتعالى بما وصف به نفسه، كما قال سبحانه وتعالى: ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. أن وجه ربنا سبحانه وتعالى له جلال وإكرام.
He's talking about what they say about the face of Allah, that it is royal and majestic.
إكرام. ونثبت هذا، ونثبت أن الله له وجه يليق به.
He has a face that is worthy of him.
سبحانه وتعالى كما قال ربنا تبارك وتعالى: ذو الجلال والإكرام. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: حجابه النور لو كشفه لأحرقت سبحات وجهه ما يصل إليه بصره سبحانه وتعالى. ولما عرج.
Okay, so he's avoiding it. He's changing the subject. Okay, he's changing the subject, but I'm wondering if somebody has the courage to actually say, this is a big deal. It's such a big deal that there's so many videos about this. It's such a big deal.
حديث صريح في أن الله على صورة إنسان من الجزء الثالث من كتاب ابن تيمية التأسيس في.
It's in the book of Ibn Taymiyyah. Now, Ibn Taymiyyah, you guys, some people call him the father of modern day terrorism, but he is super highly regarded.
رد على أساس التقديس مخطوطا أتيت به من جامعة الإمام محمد بن سعود في المجلد الثالث صحيفة 241 يقول ابن تيمية: كما في الحديث الصحيح المرفوع عن قتادة عن عكرمة عن ابن عباس قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: رأيت ربي في صورة أمرد له وفرة يعني له شعر، جعد يعني شعر مجعد.
Okay, so now we're getting into Sahih Hadith. He's saying these are Sahih Hadiths, where and via Ibn Taymiyyah that Muhammad said he saw the Lord and he had curly hair. He had curly hair, you guys. I guess this picture over here, maybe if you want to know what he looks like, he just had a beard.
قطط في روضة
قطقط, شعر مقطقط, curly hair.
خضراء.
And he's wearing a green suit.
الحديث قال ابن تيمية كما في الحديث الصحيح المرفوع الصحيح.
He says it's a Sahih Hadith.
المرفوع.
Exalted. Wow. Dang. Well, that guy admitted it. So now this guy is hilarious. This guy is hilarious. Whenever he gets pushed into a corner, is let me see if he says something about Rada. Oh, okay, this is about breastfeeding adults. Amrad. Okay. Amrad. Okay, let's see about this. What this guy says.
الآن قبل ما نتطرق لهذا الحديث لابد أن نشرح بأن رواية الشاب الأمرد رواية صحيحة وردت في.
Okay, he's saying that the narration of the young man who appeared to Muhammad is a sahih narration
كتب السنة.
from the Sunni books.
نقول صحيحة أنها وردت في كتب السنة.
It's true, sahih, authentic that it appeared in the Sunni books.
لكن انقسم علماء أهل السنة وأئمة أهل السنة.
But the Sunni scholars are divided about it
إلى قسمين. قسم
into two different parties.
من ضعف هذه الرواية.
Those who weakened this narration.
وقسم من صحح هذه الرواية.
And another group who strengthened it, authenticated it.
مضبوطة ومحصورة في أمر أن هذه الرواية صحيحة برؤية الله عز وجل رؤية منام وليست رؤية عين أو رؤية حق.
Okay, some people say that it is a vision in sleep, not a vision, a real vision, or like when you're awake vision.
أن الرؤية رؤية منام.
رؤية منام. من الذين صححوا وأخذوا على عاتقهم تصحيح هذه الرواية شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية والرواية وردت.
Ibn Taymiyyah is one of the ones who says it's sahih.
في أكثر من نص أو أكثر من متن لهذه الرواية. على سبيل المثال نقرأ 3 روايات يعني على عجالة أو نبدأ صدر الرواية. الأولى رأيت ربي في المنام في صورة شاب موقر في خضر. هذه رواية. الرواية الأخرى يذكر أنه رأى ربه عز وجل في المنام. هذه رواية ثانية. الآن نقول أنه في المنام. والرواية الثالثة أنه رأى ربه عز وجل في النوم في صورة شاب ذي وفرة. هذه الروايات التي اعتمد عليها ابن تيمية رحمه الله تعالى والتي قال في صحة هذه الروايات.
Okay, so there's 3 hadiths that Ibn Taymiyyah, said that they are. So anyway, we're not going to continue going. You can tell this has really caused them great consternation because they say Allah cannot appear. So Allah cannot appear, and yet Muhammad one time, I'll just read you what Father Zechariah said here, just because I think it's humorous. Shab Amrad alayhi hadla hamra. Okay, a young man who had a red suit, and this is Tarikh Baghdad, the history of Baghdad. ورأيت في سورة شاب له وقرا ووقره الشعر المجتمع على الرأس أو ما سأل على الإذنين منه أو ما جاوز شحمة الإذن. Talking about the length of his hair, it came down to his ears. Interesting. So very interesting. And then in one, he's wearing a green suit. This is what I always remember about these visions. And they could say that they were in the sleep or whatever. Kitab al-Asma' al-Sifat an Ibn Abbas. Ooh, okay. This is the book. It's called The Names and the Attributes of Allah by Ibn Abbas. It's Muhammad's cousin. Okay. رأيت ربي جعدا أمرد عليه حلة خضراء. And so Muhammad saw Allah with a green suit one time, but then another time, this was according to his cousin Ibn Abbas. Other times he saw him with the red suit. So apparently he has two suits. He has a green suit and a red suit. Okay, and he has different different hairstyles. Some hair is curly. Okay, he has curly hair, and sometimes he has hair that comes down to his ears. Okay, or just over his ears, and but the point being that all of these hadiths are saying that Allah can appear. Allah can appear. So, which, you know, they say you can't. Yes. I don't know if it would be helpful. I don't know if this will be helpful. But if it would be helpful, I want to help. Because I want to help. Because, you know, we need to be very clear about what we are talking about and helping people to understand stuff. And so here, I'm trying to help you by showing you, okay, this is a green suit. Okay. So some people, you know, this is a red suit. Okay. Okay, so you have green suits and red suits. There's different kinds of green suits. Okay, let's not be limited in our thinking, narrow-minded. Here's another green suit. And then there's other kinds of red suits as well, you know, and so we don't want to just be narrow-minded. Okay, here's another red suit. Okay, so anyway, this is just to help people. So, okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and the last thing I want to say, إمكانية رؤية الله من وراء حجاب. Okay, in both the hadith and in the Quran, it discusses the possibility of seeing Allah from behind a veil, Okay, so let's see. يشهد القرآن في سورة الشورى 51. Okay, let's go back. Quran, Shura, Surah Al-Shura 51. I think it's Shu'ara. Shu'ara means the poets. Let me see. The most hateful thing to Muhammad was to be considered one of the poets. So poets must have been a very despised class of people. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay, let me look at one more time. Okay, Surah Al-Shura 51. Okay. Okay, let's look. 51. Okay, here's the نطمع إن يغفر لنا ربنا خطيئنا كنا أول. Oh, Surah Shura. Okay, it's not Shura, it's Shura. Okay, so I got the wrong surah here. There is Shu'ara, which is the poets, but there's a Shura or Shura. I'm not sure exactly how it is. Oh, Shu'ara. Okay, those are the Shu'ara. But what's the Shura? I don't know. Okay, here, Shura. This is Shura. Okay, sorry about that. It's 42, 51. Okay. Here, let's see what Pickthall says. No, Pickthall's a little hard. Okay. It is not fitting for a man that Allah should speak to him except by inspiration or from behind a veil. From behind a veil. Let me see what it says in Arabic. وما كان لبشر أن يكلم الله إلا وحيا أو من وراء حجاب. Okay, so it's not meet or fit for Allah to speak to a man except through inspiration, whatever that means, or from behind a hijab, a veil. Okay. So, but there is a veil. So, okay. وقد فسر ابن كثير ذلك قائلا من وراء حجاب كما كلم موسى عليه الصلاة. It's saying from behind the veil, like Allah spoke to Moses. وهذا هي قصة القرآن عن موسى عندما تجلى له من وراء الجبل. Okay, and then there's a story about when Allah appeared to Moses from behind the mountain. Surah Al-A'raf 143. Surah Al-A'raf 143. Okay. 143. A'raf is like A'raf. Okay, the height. 143. 143. 143. Okay. Okay, let's go to the Yusuf Ali. And Moses came to the place appointed by us and his Lord, and he said, "Oh, my Lord, show me yourself that I may look upon you." Allah said, "By no means can you see me direct, but look upon the mount, and if it abide in its place, you shall see me." When his Lord manifested his glory on the mount, he made it as dust. And Moses fell down in a swoon, and he recovered his senses. He says, "Glory be." Okay, so Ja'alha dakka. This is what it means. He appeared. You see, there's two places. Sa'kan, yani he fell unconscious. Okay, Jabal Ja'alahu dakkan. Okay, dakkan meaning he crumbled to dust. He collapsed the mountain when he appeared. Tajalla, revealed his glory. Okay. So see, these are the two appearances of Allah to Moses. One, according to the Quran, once is to a tree, once is to a mountain. Okay, but when he appeared to the mountain collapsed. Now, you guys, give me a break, because if we were to go back to Sheikh Sha'rawi, he was talking about this verse right here. That he said that he said that Allah can appear through some of his creation if he enables that creature to survive his manifestation. Now, doesn't God, all-knowing, know how to make it able to endure? Because the way this is written, it almost makes it look like Allah came to manifest himself, but was surprised that the mountain could not handle it, and he turned it into a dust. That's kind of what it looks like. So a little bit strange, but Muhammad, he didn't know how to read or write. He didn't know how to read or write, so everything, there are strange, lots of strange things. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, you know what? We made it over an hour. So, and you know what? I really نتساءل من هو المتكلم في هذه الآيات. Father Zechariah's got so many fun things, man. I'm going to look at it and maybe do something about the rest of this tomorrow. So, شهادة علماء الإسلام الحاد الإنسان إلى حجاب أو وسيط. Wow. Wow. Seriously, you guys, this book is, it's in Arabic, but really it's a treasure. Father Zechariah, you guys, he does have this book in English as well. But I think the Arabic it's got a lot more depth to it. You know, I think so. God bless you, Zapper. Are you a Christian, Zapper? I hope you are. Yes, and thank you everybody for hanging out. We've been on for an hour and a half already. Have some new people here. We got KKL. Okay, TH. So I'm worried that more words are starting to be recognizable. You know, the Lord, I kind of feel, oh, praise the Lord, Zapper, God bless you, welcome. You know what, I kind of feel, you know, Muhammad at the end of his life, you know what, I'm going to act out this, and then one of you guys can go ahead and tell me which story about Muhammad I'm acting out. Okay, I'm acting out something about Muhammad. And then you guys, I'm going to act this out, and then you guys tell me what story about Muhammad I'm acting out, okay? My Yorda, Ya Wateen, my Yorda, gimme. Okay, thank you. Okay. My Lord, and then, okay, who knows what story this is? Bring me pen and paper. And he was going to write a message, but Umar bin Khattab said, no, he's senile, he's Joe Biden. I mean, he's got dementia, so don't give him the paper and pencil. And so, but if Momo caving in, is that when he's with the 7 sleepers in the cave? Oh, okay, bad joke. See, it's because my birthday. My jokes are better on my birthday. Okay, by the way, my wife got me this for my birthday, you guys. So, anyway, this is what I think Muhammad was going to write on that piece of paper if Umar bin Khattab let him. But Umar bin Khattab said, no, don't let him. He's demented. Okay, but I think if he got the pen, this is what he was going to write. Jesus is the Son of God. I believe that's what he's going to write. We don't know. He died. He was on a slippery slope. He deceived so many, killed so many, raped so many, did so many evil things. So, but that's what I think he was going to write. So, all right, you guys. Well, if we don't have any Muslims here, we'll go ahead and call it a night. Thank you for hanging out. And if you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. We love you, but more importantly, He loves you. Thank you so much for being here. This is a picture I made. All right. And have a wonderful night. Be blessed.
If you have ever wondered why dull apologists lie so much, it's because on a rare occasion that they tell the truth. This happens.
One of the reasons I accepted Islam was the scientific miracles. I'll be honest with you. And now we know that this whole scientific miracles was absolute nonsense.
You're going to have to repeat that.
That the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say.